son of Titus Petro, was born on November 17th, 5 years before the Emperor Augustus' death. His grandmother Tertulla raised him on an estate at Cosa. He married a woman, Flavia, an equestrian from Africa. They had 3 children named Titus, Domitian, and Domitilla. During her delivery of Domitilla, Flavia died, along with the child. Vespasian offended Nero, and fearing punishment, he fled to a small township, and he lived here for many years. He was offered a military position of power from which his real military and political career began.
Meanwhile, there was a plague in the heart of Rome. The very center of the empire was plagued by the absolutely crummy ruler Vitellius. Even the very legions of Rome recognized his lameness and decided to replace him. But with who? In the far-off land of Judea, a bold commander full of might and vigor dared to tighten the discipline of his troops. This bold man crushed the revolting population with a strong sword arm and a stronger mind. This man was the right man for the job. This was Vespasian. The legions, having sworn allegiance to Vespasian rather than their emperor Vitellius, decided to off with their crummy leader once and for all. They stormed Rome, setting the capital on fire, and slayed the Tartars. Forcing the Senate to recognize Vespasian as their new leader, the legions were satisfied. But would Vespasian prove the legions correct? Would he succeed as a successful ruler of the great Roman Empire, or fall as many before him? Let's find out. On a typical day in the Roman Empire, Vespasian rises at an early hour to deal with the official dealings.
Big Black, must be 4 in the morning. Come in, architect. I do not have all night.
You sent for me, Emperor Vespasian?
You know of the Greek amphitheater. Well, I want 2 of them, stuck together, over Nero's horrible lake. It should be as large as the eye can see. A giant amphitheater to entertain the masses. It should have shades and awnings, and if you fail in this, remember this and this only. It was Augustus's idea. Also, I think a temple to Divus Claudius is in order. I've heard he feels rather lonely. In addition, a temple to the peace in our time would be excellent.
Anything for you, good sire. What is the purpose of this Colosseum?
I envision great games of spectacle and wonder across our mighty Colosseum. Gladiators forced to fight in mortal combat, and many vast underground cavern passages for these gladiators to train, live in, and eventually be brought up to fight and die.
I will get straight to work.
Jupiter in Olympus, what do you want now?
Would His Majesty deliver me a small favor?
I shall grant you relief of your status and your wealth. Guards, show him the way out. Good day. Oh, hello, sir, of good and honorable repute. I just happen to have this incredible senatorial status and well, minus 5% of the law, of course, lying around, and I was wondering if you would care to pick up where our late senator left off.
It is a great honor. I shall not disappoint you.
You look mildly depressed. Here, have just a tiny sum of this gold I spent.
That's not the problem, sir. I am here because I do not like how women can take slaves as lovers with no punishment.
The nerve of the plebes these days. Consider it done. The law is now in the books.
And a new law has been decreed from the Emperor Vespasian himself. I hereby declare that any woman who takes another slave as her own shall lose her freedom.
I have put up with too much this morning. Friends, wish me good morning.
Good morning,
Good
sir.
morning.
Ooh. Goodbye. I have places to go and all that. Off to ride throughout the capital I go. Whee!
As Vespasian was on his daily ride around town, he decided to visit the market to see what was going on. He came across a lovely display of cloth. He was so taken aback by its beauty, he asked how much it would cost for all of it. The seller of the cloth replied with a $1,000 sum, or 1,000 sesterces sum. Vespasian saw opportunity to profit, and
So I procured all of the cloth in the market and put it back at a significantly higher price. Rather clever, don't you think?
Vespasian continued to walk around when an angry creditor came across him to ask for money.
Oh, great Vespasian, I am in great need of money that I have lost.
Well, where, pray tell, has this money vanished to?
By bad luck, I have invested a great sum of money in a miner. He has spent it all, and I've lost my investment. I do not know how to get this money back.
And I do not know where your judgment has gone. Cracking down on miners you foolishly lost your money to? Really? That gold is as good as gone as far as I am concerned, and I shall add that law to my books as well.
A new law has been decreed from Emperor Vespasian. I hereby decree nobody lending money to a minor should be entitled to collect the debt.
Oh, dear me, look at the time again. I must be off to my lair.
Vespasian returned home feeling good about his day. He'd started building on what would come to be the great Colosseum of Rome. He created 2 new laws. He replaced some undesirable Senate members, and he gained a profit by buying commodities off the market and putting them back on at a higher price. These marked great acts of Vespasian that occurred during his reign as emperor. Feeling good and with pockets full of money, Vespasian fell sound asleep.
Although blessed with great health, Vespasian began to take ill as he grew older. While his imperial responsibilities had taken him away from the capital, his ailments forced him to retreat to his summer house. Even as the end came near, he bravely continued his duties until he fainted and was confined to his deathbed. As he perished, he still retained remarkable wit and courage. His final joke on his deathbed was,
Dear me, I must be becoming a god!
and this is how the Roman Emperor Vespasian died.
That was really good.